ASMR. Your page-dropping host, the Sports Card Doctor, and I'm very happy that you are here today on the channel that combines sports card nostalgia and ASMR relaxation. We'd love for you to consider subscribing to the channel, or leaving a thumbs up, hyping the video, a nice comment, a super thanks, telling your friends about us. There's a lot of ways you can help what we do here. As I said, we are going to experience a lot of sports card nostalgia today. We'll also get in some ASMR relaxation as I go through, once again, my big binder, my sports card album. These are mostly cards that have been added to my collection since I started this channel. A lot of it's early 90s junk wax era fun. There's no pretense here that we've got cards of super high value. It's just a fun throwback. And I'm going to be putting some more cards into the collection today. Here's some of the things we're looking at. Some big names, and some classics. But let's continue looking at what we have here already. I'll shut up a little bit here, and I'll just let the page flipping do the talking. How about that? some hockey. We don't have a ton of hockey set aside, but we do have one in this stack. And it is the Rayborg classic 90s hair card. We love that one here. Big hair. Alright. There we go. Our first card added. Alright, let's look at some of our basketball choices here. Basketball, but that's not entirely true. I actually have these, and we're going to add these to the collection here today. Okay. Some 91 Hoops All-Stars. Coaches down here. Lonnie Wilkins, Showtime Pat Riley, and Stern Mustache Chris Ford. Alright, there we go. I feel good. The basketball fans had a little action here. Alright, let's get into football here. In case you don't know and you're wondering why there were so many Miami Dolphins, I am a Miami Dolphin fan, and yeah, once again, pretty painful. But I do like to set aside some of my favorite Dolphins from over the years, and that of course includes my all-time favorite, Dan Marino. So let's see who we set aside here. Jeff Cross and Louis Oliver Pro Set Platinum cards there. It's not all my Dans here, okay. There's not a, it's kind of a loose order. But then it kind of breaks down, okay. We're going to put this Louis Oliver up here. We can adjust some things here. That is a nice Louis Oliver, though. That's a great photo. I did love Louis Oliver, though it did not not turn our fortunes in the early 90s, but what are you going to do? Same can be said for Jeff Cross. I loved him as a defensive end, an old school kind of defensive end. Great pass rusher. We had some good players on the defense. Just never added up to anything. All right. This is just years, decades of Dolphin disappointment. All right. Moving along. We do have a Chris Carter to put in here. There he is. Paying homage to one of the great receivers of the 90s there. And now we got one of the great quarterbacks. And I notice we're going to have to do a fix here. Page in here because I think we've run out of some space. We did all that for one card, but it's a good card. We do enjoy War and Moon around these parts. We're going to add this Pro Set Platinum to the collection here. We can do a little adjustment. Put these platinums next to each other. Start a second page of War and Moons. Something I did not think I'd be saying to myself in 2025, the time of this recording. Always, not all of these cards will necessarily remain in the collection. Alright, another page goes in because I do enjoy collecting the Pacific Plus football cards. I just like their look. So we're going to put some more in here. See, we have some doubles. That's okay though. We don't mind some doubles here. We already have Bruce and Andre Rise in there. But we do not have other players like these ones set aside, so let's see what we're going to do here. All of these cards are testament to early 90s football. The names, the looks, the design, everything about it. Now we do have doubles here, so here's what I'm going to do for now, since we do have this Bruce Smith collection. We'll put him there, and then for now I'll just hold on to the Andre Rise in here. There we go. We have, quite unexpectedly, a Ronnie Lott collection growing. Including Ronnie Lott with the Jets. There we go. about doing these organizing videos is this is functionary for me. There's a functionality. Maybe that's a better way to say it. The sports car doctor did not study speaking properly in any of his higher education location. I didn't have any higher education. That's maybe the problem. All right. But this provides a service for me, and hopefully relaxes you in the process. But it's also kind of a time where it's like an all-star game where some of the cards that we've pulled from recent videos they get officially set aside, and I think that's kind of neat. I hope you all do too. All right. So we have here kind of a interesting. We've got a little hodgepodge of legends here. So I think we'll continue to add to our kind of hodgepodgey kind of collection of football legends here. The metrics by which we organize usually emerge later on. Alright, for now let's put these ones over here. Joe Montana Pro Bowl card, which came up big recently in a price battle. We have a few of these Fleer Ultra Derek Thomases in our collection, but it's nice to set them aside here. Tic-tac-toe. I'll stop. Thurman Thomas, Tools of the Game. I love this card here, even though Thurman did break my dolphin-loving heart many times during his career. Alright, there we go. Now it's time to leave football behind. And go all the way to baseball. Alright, we do have our Nolan Ryans that start us out, and we have a Robin Ventura that's done. Put those together. That's our Nolan. Careful with that Otani there, okay. If we could, if we wanted to, we actually could add a page or more of Nolan Ryans to this collection, but we'll just continue to add it organically when we feel like it. 300th win highlight. Alright, we have our weird Atlanta Braves section, because even though I'm a Yankee fan, as you all know, as a kid I watched WTBS games a lot, so it's my Braves, early 90s Braves. Alright, we do have our Darryl and Dwight page growing. Oh, I forgot. We do have an Avery ad. My bad. My bad. Apologize to Steve Avery. There we go. Okay. Back to it. And if you're like me as a card collector from back in the day, often, even though I've pulled a lot of these cards in recent times running this channel, they bring back so many memories. And you know right where you were when you got the card the first time. And I love that. let's see, we're doing a couple things here. I got this cool Apollo Neal 1995 tops with the signs of the audience there. I think that's a fun card there. So let's set that aside right here. Wizard of Oz collection there. Alright, now here's what we got going on. We're going to remove this here. And we are going to, long overdue, start a Tony Gwynn section. But we'll get to that in a second. Tell you what, this is where we're going to do it, right here. Tony Gwynn gets your own page. Finally, the 394 legend. It's a special treat. Every time I go to comedy down at the La Jolla Comedy Store, you make sure you go to a local I tell you, it's a treat every time I do comedy down at the La Jolla Comedy Store. Northern San Diego area. Always make sure you stop by a liquor store and pick up a 6-pack of 394 beer. Highly recommend. Alright, I'm happy to add this 1995 Topps card to our collection. It came a little damaged in the pack that was in one of our recent videos, so this is exactly the kind of card we'll look at a store. It's our first non-giant Will Clark card. Will Nuschler Clark. Alright, and then kind of on a last second little idea here, we'll add to our Robin Ventura collection. And we have another card for our Dave Steve collection. And every time, I'll say it again, one of the more underrated pitchers of his era. Hall of Fame, good. Maybe Hall of good. But there's a case for him. There actually is. If Jack Morris is in, I don't know why Dave Steve couldn't be considered. Alright, we have a little Fred McGriff. I love Fred McGriff there, so I'm sure more Fred McGriff cards will find their way in here. Alright, we got our Donnie baseball section. My favorite Yankee. My second favorite player of all time, and recently pulled this card out, and it was a Don Mattingly I did not have. So there we go, another page of Donnie baseball. These are the ones, these cards are the ones that really bring me back. Here's some of our Griffies. Most of our Griffies are locked away. Seiko family collection. Alright, we're adding another special Cal Ripken card there. I'm sure our Cal collection could grow if we wanted it to. I do wish our Billy Ripken collection would as well. Alright. Got this random Joe Morgan. I really love the look of that card. Recent price guide battle video. So we'll just set this one right here until we know what to do with that. Alright. Now we've got some newer cards. That's right. We get new cards here as well. Alright. So these Topps trading card day cards are worth as much, or maybe they're worth more. I don't know. I like them as a collection, but we're going to break up the collection when storing it here to set aside this Shohei Ohtani right here. I'll just set him right in the center. We have a few Shoheis around, but these are some of the early ones I pulled when I was doing this channel here. Alright, so that goes into football, so here's what we need to do here. Let us go back a bit. Yeah, okay, right here. Let's go ahead and just put these down. These will look nice together. I actually should look up if there's any elevated value for these cards. I don't believe they are. They're little kind of bonus sets that make you think they're going to be worth more, but they aren't. But we opened them on a recent video, and I hope you enjoyed that video. And here I am shoving them in. Alright. And then we have this nice Fernando Tatis. Enjoy that card there. So, Fernando Tatis Jr., I should say. The reason I think it's important to say Jr. is because I was watching TV at work one day when his father hit 2 grand slams in 1 inning off Chano Park. So, the Jr. is always recognized in this house. Alright, I think that's it. I think we organized all these cards for now. We have more, of course. We'll get to them, and eventually I'll probably need another binder of cards, right? Hey, thanks for relaxing with this one. I know this is, I don't do these ones often, but they're popular when they're done. They're a different style. Just kind of quiet, straight ahead, relaxing. Less talking, more noise, and definitely more organization. I appreciate you all. Leave a comment, thumbs up, hype the video. That really helps. We've got a lot of new people jumping on lately, but we are definitely trying to get the views up. I'm working hard to keep this channel going, and I appreciate all of you supporting the Sports Card Doctor. Whether it's some weird, kind of intentionally wild and awkward ASMR, whether it's this kind of ASMR, whether it's a sports card nostalgia, or just the relaxation. Glad you're here. Tell a friend about us. We'll see you next time here on Sports Card ASMR.